Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another Eternal Evolution video. And guys, I'm going to talk you through why I think that Eternal Evolution may have just got the best gearing system out of any game of this type. And I think a lot of other games could learn from it big time. I think they've done it really well. I think they've kind of nailed it in terms of cost. They've also nailed it in terms of being able to level anything with confidence. Very cool. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the smelting system as well and try and kind of give you guys some tips around what I'm doing to improve my champions. If you're new to the game, Eternal Evolution, they're running this Thanksgiving login event with 5 more days worth of Brucey bonus prizes. And honestly, the rewards are insanely good. So come and get involved. You can use my link down below. You'll get yourself a free Artas, who is a awesome kind of frontline tank for bosses. Kind of like a bruiser tank. You'll also get yourself some diamonds and some gems and all that type of stuff. So come and get involved. It's a really, really cool game, which is why I've been pushing it on my channel over the last few weeks. So yeah, let's talk about gearing. Let's talk about some of the different systems they've got in play. First thing is, there's never a bad time to level gear. And what I mean by that is, you don't ever lose the amount of resources you put into a piece of gear. It never goes away, which is extremely unusual for this type of game. So when we look at pieces of gear, let's say I wanted to level up a new weapon. Yeah, let's say this weapon I've got here, which I've got currently on my tank, damage reduction with some extra HP. Let's say I was looking to upgrade it into now a white piece, which is the best you can get at the moment. So yeah, I'm trying to find a direct upgrade still with the HP. This one here. Here we go. So look, HP increases by 15%. It's the same set. I've still got damage reduction in there. I've also got extra HP and extra defense. So this would be a straight upgrade to the weapon that she's currently using. So I can replace that, firstly, put it on her. There's no cost to move a piece of gear from one person to another. So I didn't lose any value in any sense, right? But then if I want to forge this up to extra levels, I can actually find the piece that I was just wearing. And this is why I say there's no downside to upgrading a piece of gear. I can find that piece and it would give me a 1-for-1 benefit of whatever I put into this piece in the first place. Yeah, so where I leveled this to 12, all of the amount of resources I put to level that to 12 would now be going into my new piece. There's literally zero reason not to level gear and try and find those juicy substats that you want. As you get further and further through the game, you'll find you just feed all of the kind of blue, purple and gold gear in. So I can actually level it up just using fodder gear, really, until I get to my 16. Before I even start to need to use my kind of hammers. Yeah. And the cool thing here is obviously we get an extra stat, but also then I can get my extra kind of pieces. So as I say, no reason not to level up gear and kind of look for those juicy substats. Good example as well. So if I was filtering here on a, let's do it for an offensive champion. So if I was trying to find an upgrade here for my Ravina, like this is a terrible set of boots for her right now. I didn't have any attack percent boots. So, and I just wanted to find the right set. So if I try and filter out by the set I want here, which is the hero set, we've now got some in this hero set. And if I want to filter by attack percent, hopefully I've got some now. I do. Here we go. So this red set of boots here, okay, it doesn't have the crit damage on it, so it's not as good. But there's no reason for me not to look for the other substat here and see if I can't find a decent one. So I could be looking through the gear here that I've got and say, right, is there anything that I just don't want? And, you know, with an attack with no kind of substats that I need here in a kind of defensive set, I could just be looking through and say, right, well, which pieces can I feed into it? Or I could just use my hammers and upgrade it and be like, right, what's going to be the additional stat? Yeah, and that's really what I'm looking for, is what's going to be the additional stat. And this one's going to go on either way. But we get crit rate, which is absolutely perfect. And we get it on a +1 roll as well. So direct upgrade here or a massive upgrade here for my Ravina. So yeah, in terms of kind of throwing resources into stuff, there's really zero reason not to do it. So one of the other things that you unlock at stage 20, or once you've beaten stage 20 in your story mode, is smelting. It actually is hiding behind me here in the bag. Now, you kind of get a little tutorial of this when you first unlock it. And then honestly, I kind of forgot it. And it wasn't until I was like, well, I need to start getting myself specific pieces to improve, that smelting kind of came back into my head. And it's an incredibly good system. So if you've put hammers into stuff to level up, you would lose some of that resource. Oh no, I think you get the hammers back, but you would lose the ability to kind of throw it into other stuff. But let's say I want to get myself some more, let's say crit damage gear or crit rate gear, yeah, or whatever you think is needed for you. Let's say crit damage. Now I can throw in 5 pieces of honestly trash gear. So I could be picking like main stats all flat, yeah, and I could be like, oh, I'm never going to use this helm with a extra HP roll on it. Yeah, I'm always going to be looking for percentage rolls on the helms. So those pieces are already, I know they're trash. Yeah, they're just never going to be used. So we put those 5 trash pieces in, and then we're hoping for something out the other end, which is usable. So I've got some boots here, HP percent boots, in crit damage set. It's not the best, but potentially it's usable. Crit rate, crit damage set, HP percent. I don't know if someone who does actual damage would scale from HP at the moment, honestly. I'm not sure. If they were just trash again, you could just throw them back in again. So, I mean, we can also, so we could throw that piece back in. If it was useless, we could just throw it straight back into the next one. But if we was doing some attack percent stuff here or attack gear here, then we could use sets, which I just know that I'm not going to use. Yeah, so accuracy gear is very much a PvP sort of set. Same thing with resistance gear. Basically, any of that is usable. Just check, though, that the substats are not amazing. Like, it's possible that, like, this is crit damage, crit rate. Okay, it's in accuracy set, but that, for me, at this moment in time, is probably still, like, filler gear for some of my champions. Yeah, I'm not at that stage where I just throw all of that away yet. So just bear that in mind. But generally, if you're looking at, you know, resistance set, attack percent, gloves with no other good substats, damage reduction is kind of good. Resistance set is not really what I'm after. Honestly, that could still be a piece that I would use on Emma, because attack percent for me at the moment is still kind of rare. So just bear that stuff in mind. Crit damage reduction on a helm, for example, is very much a PvP thing, and it definitely would not be in an attack percent set. So that could go straight in the mixer. Flat defense, we've got accuracy, extra defense, crit rate in accuracy set. Just not going to use that. Crit damage reduction in an accuracy set. Not going to use it. Accuracy set. Yeah, so these pieces here all feel like they're up for grabs. And that's my 5. And then we're hoping to find, because I'm still pushing PvE here. I'm not pushing PvP yet. Or not hard anyway. So we get an attack percent piece in a glove. Attack percent in attack percent set is beautiful. Yeah, now, you might be like, where's the crit rate? Where's the crit damage? For somebody like an Emma, actually, this is a massive upgrade for me. It's a massive upgrade, even with poor kind of other stats. And of course, we can level that one up to see what sort of value you get. There is a lock function as well, by the way. If you've got a piece that you know you're going to keep, do lock it. That way you can't smelt it. Even when you're going through, if you're like, oh, attack percent with crit damage on it, lock it. Yeah, that way you're not going to be smelting it in the future. Again, attack percent with attack percent, lock it. Don't throw it in the mix. Yeah, whereas, you know, that's actually pretty good as well. Pretty good as well. HP percent with defense percent on it might be still usable for me. Yeah, because my gear's not of that level where I'm just like throw everything away. But it gives you an idea anyway. I feel like the smelting system comes into its own when you're a bit further in the game. Yeah, if you were looking at something, if you were kind of trying to get a sense of when do I start using it? Well, in Decent Caves, once you start farming level 10, you get some of the white gear. 40% of the items you get is white gear, the legendary stuff. When you're farming 11, which is what I'm on right now, 70% of what you get is legendary gear. When you start farming 12, it's actually 100% what you get is white gear, and you get a lot of the hammers. So I think the smelting system becomes way more valuable when you're doing these later stages. But yeah, look, guys, I just wanted to give you a bit of a sense of it. The gearing in this game is brilliant. I think it's really good. The way they don't when they don't charge you to move stuff around is awesome. The way that they give you the resources back once you've leveled something out, I think is awesome. And the smelting system, I think, is as good as any system I've seen in any game. But there you go. I've been Hell Hades. This is Eternal Evolution. I'll catch you later.